listening to the Hanging from the Rafters podcast.
I dislike it on a personal level.
I dislike it extremely. I don't hate it, but I dislike it to the point where if you don't stop, I may hit you.
With Chris Rafter.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Why don't you go back to fucking France or wherever the hell you're from?
Pull it out. Let's see it.
Really, is it? Like,
You
what
sure
do they
about
do to the
that?
people with that? Hey, stop it. I got to drink from that.
All right, we're live.
What did the Nazis do to the people that didn't have papers? And then what do we do to people?
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, you can't board
You
this
can't
flight
come into this
to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You need a vaccine passport.
Sorry, man, you can't come
versus,
to our bar.
yeah, versus, all right, well, you're going to the fucking work camp because you can't prove you're not Jewish. I like
Whatever,
that.
Hitler.
I like that. This is nice. The Rafter Boys all hanging out right there. The Rafter Boys, Tim.
It gets all of us. It works.
It does. Hello.
Well, Bryce
we finally have
needs to
video
come
again.
Squeeze in here next to us.
I'd like to, but my ass is just a little too fat. You know, you three, you know, fit in there nice and comfortably.
I don't
but
even think I did the guys you were saying for the
you
rest.
did right in the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, you did it like right out the
Yeah,
gate.
you're
You know, I think
goddamn
maybe
liar.
the last 3 episodes I've done it like 2-3 times.
I don't know.
That's
I always
okay, I
end up
did it
hearing you say
mentally.
it.
You're a dirty liar.
I feel like you know it every
You're
time.
right,
You
you're a
usually wait
piece
for
of
us to
shit.
say something like really stupid, and then like speaking of which,
we're for a lull.
That's okay. I always do it in my head, so either way it gets done.
I do in your head
works,
too.
yeah.
yeah, Chris, why are you saying this again? I already did this in my head.
I already did in my head, idiot.
God, you're so dumb.
You're so dumb all the time.
Another one of the
Retarded,
shows that we just
retarded.
finished watching was that Wheel of Time. Have you guys watched that?
I started. It feels like a big
I
like
watch
a
stuff.
girl power show, too, kind of.
Oh, that's awful. I hate women.
I know it's
Not
probably
really.
not in the long run.
It's got girl power in it, but it's not a girl power show. It's pretty dark.
So, Hanging from the
There's
Rafters
that-
podcast does approve of women doing powerful
Well, it was
things.
the book
But not on
series.
TV shows.
The book series is written by 2 men.
Well,
it's
mostly one, and then the other one that helped write it. It was because the main writer was on his deathbed,
oh shit.
and so it's Robert Jordan who wrote most of it. And like,
Yeah,
this is the
yeah.
last book or 2 books. Nikki told me he called in Brandon Sanderson,
yeah,
who was
yeah.
a huge fan of his, also a fellow author who did fantasy and sci-fi.
That's what he said on
Yeah.
his deathbed.
I mean, dude, imagine that. That's pretty fucking crazy. Like, dude's on his deathbed, and like you're like sitting there one day writing your own book. You know, you're an author,
Get a
and then like
call, yeah.
homeboy who wrote your favorite series ever is like, hey, I want you to finish this for me. And it's
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
You think
Yeah,
you're good for
I have all the
that?
notes here.
Yeah.
Have you read all of these? Yeah, I read all of them.
Yeah.
They're all 13 up to this last book. You know, I read all 13 books. So
Yeah.
I need you to write one more for me, and I'm dying. I have my notes. I have half of it written. I need you to finish this for me. I need you to do it right.
Yeah, that's
Well,
correct.
that's
Oh,
like
God.
I saw Stephen
fucking,
King just said he wrote the last what's it called Game of
Airbender?
Thrones books.
Yeah.
Like he
Which
wrote
ones?
his own version of the last Game of Thrones books.
Oh, well, that's not the same at all.
I guess he's like
Why
I
don't
think
you
it'll be
shut the
good,
fuck
but-
up?
Was
He
it,
wrote his own version of it.
Well, like he wrote the last game, like wrote one.
George R. R. Martin's
He was-
still alive.
It was just because he's been taking so
Stephen
fucking
King
long.
killed him.
He, has
He got bored, so he's like, I'm gonna finish this myself.
He
You're taking
also,
too long, fatso.
he also wrote like 4 more Harry Potter books.
That's exactly what it's like.
Just
Oh, wow,
without,
did J.K.
without
Rowling
all
die?
the...
No, she's just a turf bitch, and everybody
Yeah.
fucking hates her now. So I finished.
I just
job for her.
figured I'd finish it without all the intermittent
There's like-
transphobia.
Yeah, that's fucking great. Which is hilarious because there's none of that in the books. But everybody's like, well, she's transphobe, so we have to do something about this. And the
Oh,
motherfucker's like,
we're-
let's just write these books ourselves.
I'm definitely, if I ever go back and read them, I'm just going to highlight anything that could slightly
Well, I
be
love how she
fucking
made
seen as transphobic.
she said Hermione.
oh, immediately.
Well, my favorite is there's when she said Hermione's black, and then I saw like it's like a her.
Who said
her
that?
Tweet, J.K. Rowling said that in a tweet
Oh,
that Hermione's black.
interesting.
You're a
and then
liar.
It
I'm pretty
cuts,
sure
and then
she
it-
said she has red hair
so-
and
no,
she's white in the book.
Then it cuts to and then like a side by side of from the first book, Hermione's pale white skin
Right.
and red hair,
right?
and
Yeah. What are you
flaming
talking
red
about?
hair. Like,
She's like trying to win like brownie points back all of a sudden.
She was white.
Yeah.
She was very white.
Obviously,
She was
she's from
Southern
England.
Belle, really.
I think she
She
tried to
was
just be
in-
like, I think she,
Hermione Granger was from Alabama.
I think she tried to just be like, there's no reason why she couldn't be black. It's like, well, you actually wrote explicitly in the book that she's white.
I could think of one good reason.
That's
it's
magic
the white
white
skin.
face.
What's that?
It's magical white face.
Hermione Granger is a
Beautiful.
horrible racist
She's a
and
horrible,
wasn't
horrible
comfortable in her
racist.
own skin, so decided to make herself
She's a
white
whore.
through magic. They're
She
two
had that
Muggle
Michael
parents.
Jackson.
That's why
thing.
she's pale and not just kind of white.
You can't tell me that a character, you're trying to be like forward thinking on a character and that they could be black if you have a word like muggle and we all know what it's supposed to mean. We all know what it's supposed to mean.
Huh?
No, it's someone who doesn't
Muggles.
use magic. Oh, I'm sure. How many black kids did you have in there? Well, I had the one. Oh, that's great.
I have like one or two, but
You know, that's
Awful
great.
lot of honkies in this magic
I'm
school.
just saying, why is Harry Potter from Southern Florida?
I don't know, but if the Muggles and us magic folk mix, they're called mudbloods.
Like there's
That sounds better.
All right.
yeah, that
you
sounds
got you have
Easy.
Asians and Russians and fucking Germans. There might even be a Mexican in there somewhere.
Yeah, straight up from the from the west,
And
Mexico,
there
no
not,
have
not
to-
Spanish.
have to
people.
be. You
Yeah,
have
no
to
black
assume.
people. They're like, what about the school like from Africa? Oh, they don't have those.
No, the Russians
What?
come when they do the Triwizard Tournament.
Turns out they have their own fucking Hogwarts in Africa. It's just voodoo
they
based.
do. They have
Yeah, they're all
those-
making fun of them
they-
and shit.
It's funny because they
All
do
you do is
kind
make
of.
potions and throw them at people.
Well, what's it called? The fucking newer movies and books, the Fantastic Beasts books, kind of imply that there is a worldwide sense
Fantastic
of
Beasts and
fucking-
what their fucking problem is.
what their fucking deal is. It kind of implies that there are like wizards and shit around the world, and so they are just racist. And it says like only Europeans at these games, none of these black people.
Well, we only invite the
Jesus.
Europeans. They all have games.
They have
There's
their
all
own-
games.
That's
We
okay.
They
only
have special games.
yeah we only go to our own, and we only invite specific groups to ours as well.
It'll
It's
it'll
fucking,
be just like that Alabama fucking documentary. A bunch of black kids are going to show up to
I
play
remember
Quidditch
there was-
one
there
day,
was-
and
Yeah.
everybody's going to start letting them in.
And they're gonna be like, roll fucking tide, right then and there. It's
Yo.
we said that about Paul Bear Bryant, right? He's like, guy, was he in the Young Bulls thing? He's
Yeah,
like, guys,
yeah.
come on. And then they're like, all right, fine, we got it. Like right away, a bunch of guys from USC kicked their asses.
I remember there was one black kid, at least in the movies they showed one black kid. It would be funny, like Miss McGonagall was like, he's in like Hufflepuff, like minus 10,000 points to Hufflepuff because
Because you know, it's just like, wait, what? What?
Well,
Tell
I
us.
can't
you know.
say
Nothing. Class dismissed. Class dismissed.
10,000 points to Gryffindor, and everyone shut up.
Everyone be quiet. Don't
I
ask the
always
questions.
love those.
Doing
like,
no more talking
I
for
always
the
love
rest
those
of the
comics
semester.
where it's like it's the end of the fucking year, and then fucking what's his name? The headmaster is like, it's like what are Gryffindor down by? 4 points, 7 points to Gryffindor for being people.
What the fuck is
You
this
just
shit?
see the other houses every year, like, what the fuck?
What is this bullshit?
Why do we even try?
It's just
So for
fucking
making
rigged.
all
They
of these
paid off the
mistakes-
judges.
I always remember, even as a kid, when you watch that first movie, and at the very end, he's like, "It's Slytherin," but because 3 things happened that no one in the school besides me knows about, fucking give Gryffindor, boom, suck it.
Not to
It's like,
mention,
hey, you know-
Slytherin had absolutely no opportunity to do any of these things.
Exactly. You know
themselves.
the things that we
What?
told you not to do? These guys did it, and they actually succeeded.
They
So
broke the
they
rules.
win.
They broke the rules that would
But
explicitly
next year,
get them-
everyone better follow the rules.
They broke the rules that would explicitly get them expelled according to the beginning of beginning of the year.
laid the shit out.
Now they get to win the fucking house cup shit because of that.
For extreme
guarantee-
insubordination
House
and,
racism
and
is
violation
prevalent.
and violation of Wizarding Code rules that would get you arrested in any other realm, 10,000 points to
Oh,
Gryffindor.
Things I
if
just
any
made
of the,
up.
For murder, 10,000 points to
If
Gryffindor.
any of the kids in any of the other houses' parents are lawyers, like, oh, that school's getting sued to shit.
Oh,
No
immediately.
lawyers. They just
Magic
solve
lawyers.
it magically.
They have magic lawyers.
Yeah.
Ron's dad is low key a magic lawyer. He's not a very good one. He's like a hit and run lawyer, but
he's a bit of an ambulance
He's an
chaser.
ambulance chase lawyer. Yeah.
Have you guys ever read any of the fanfics for Harry Potter?
No.
Okay, one common
Not
theme,
gay.
no matter who writes it. You know what the common theme is? Harry and Draco Malfoy are fucking gay for each other.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They always want to. People who write
course.
fanfics,
Fucking
they
finally.
literally fanfiction is for
Who can we
fucking
have fuck?
teenage girls who want dudes to fuck. That's it. That is it. Every single
Oh,
time. Nikki's read some of them and she's like, there's a couple of them that are okay, but they always start out the same. Draco wants to fuck Harry.
Yeah. Draco
It's like,
sucks
what the
off
fuck?
Harry's.
That's the whole basis in South Park for Craig and Tweak being gay.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
some Asian kids wrote a fanfic about them,
Right.
And so they eventually got so tired of hearing it, they just decided, all right, I guess we are gay.
We're gonna be gay now because everybody said that we were. I guarantee you that's the whole reason why J.K. Rowling is a fucking asshole turf, and she just cannot stand gay people, trans people, or nothing. She's just like, no, you made my characters fuck, and I don't like it.
Somebody gave
Harry's supposed to fuck, fucking Ginny. All right?
somebody just gave Hermione a big floppy dick in one of their fanfics, and she
Huge
just
cock,
lost
and
it.
she fucks Ron in the ass with it.
And Crookshanks.
No, hear me out. In this one, Hermione has a huge cock.
So we just hang on for a minute. I like your book.
I
I
was
like
up-
what you do with it.
No, I know
What?
how to make it
I always love that
PG-13.
whole
Hold
thing
on.
that
So
I got.
what?
Hey, don't worry. I
I was
can
of
do it.
that
not
whole
gonna
What's
thing.
the deal,
fuck.
JK? Hermione can be black, but she can't be trans?
I was of that whole thing that
Whoa.
that
Shit.
the twins had watched for at least a year. I think it's like 2 to 3 years. Their brother sleep with another man's name right next to him every single day on the Marauders map. Not once said anything.
Nothing.
No, why would they? It's just
Fuck. Fuck whatever.
Just
the
guys
names
can't have
are.
fun anymore.
Fred and
A couple guys can't go to the Capitol anymore?
You know what I'm saying? They can't, guys can't go to the
guys can't go
Capitol.
to the Capitol anymore.
We made this joke on the last episode that you posted, but it's still
always
true.
gold.
It's still true. Guys can't have fun anymore.
Shout out to the last
Well,
episode.
so they're
It
they're
was the
fucking
final one.
They're deposed. So they're
This
they're
was not real.
deposing Trump, like making him go to court and like answer a bunch of questions on January 6th, 2022.
I hope he goes in there and when they ask him a question, he just goes wrong.
I love that. I love that he
You're
tried
gay.
You're
He-
gay.
Your wife's
My
a
opponent is
dog.
gay.
Opponent's
You're
gay.
gay.
I love he tried to cite executive power to be able you can't do anything to me anymore. I was the
You
president
can't just
before.
give that to yourself.
It's a smart
It's a
move if
for-
you.
it's a
Shot in the
forever-
dark, dude. You gotta,
It's a
you gotta
forever
try.
thing. Once you're president once, you get to do it forever.
Well, like the young bull
Whatever.
reminded us, he did try to, he offered to nuke a hurricane. He's like, you guys want me to do it?
Hey,
I
you
can
know
try.
what?
We'll give it a try.
I
give it a
love.
shot.
I got this football.
know
I
what?
wanna push the
He's
button.
like, I don't know what to
mean?
do.
Who can prove that wouldn't have worked?
Right.
Well, there is that story when they nuked the atmosphere that one time, and I guess there's a story. There's
nuked
two
your
physicists
atmosphere.
who woke up fucking 4 a.m. like, oh my god, we might blow the world up doing this. We need to really figure this shit out. And a couple hours before, they're like, yeah, okay, we're lucky we're not gonna fucking destroy the world, but we could have fucking launched a nuke and killed everyone.
Well,
That's
immediately.
great.
And I just, you're talking about the guy that did that, so I don't see why he couldn't just go into court and just be like, yeah, like you said, you're gay.
You're gay.
To the judge, just straight
This
up.
whole thing is gay.
This whole thing is gay. My opponent is trying to make me sound gay. I am not gay.
It's not gay. I'm
Big
the
hands,
least
look
gay
at my
person
hands.
ever.
I love the thing about the idea that he wears big. He would go into the court and wear big fake hands like Charlie's uncle did. And it's always
That would be
so-
hilarious.
You put your hand over my hand.
We're lawyers.
Yeah.
We're lawyers.
Yeah.
We're lawyers. Yeah, me and Nikki were watching Home Alone 2 on Christmas. We watched a bunch of Christmas movies, after hanging out with the family.
Homo alone.
And it came to that part where he sees Donald Trump at the hotel, and he's like, "Where's the bathroom?" And he's like, "Oh, it's down the hall and to the left." And we both kind of looked at each other. I was like, "See, I liked him. I like that guy.
Where's the bathroom? You're gay.
You're gay.
Your wife's.
Shut up,
She's got a
faggot.
dog-faced head.
But see, I like him because he wasn't a dickhead yet, not a complete dickhead.
True.
Well,
you
you,
didn't
you
know
just
who he
didn't.
was.
Yeah, you just didn't know it yet.
He didn't
Right,
do,
right. That's probably a better way to say
He
it.
hadn't even
Yeah,
done
show
the
your
apprentice.
true
Well, he hadn't even done the
colors.
apprentice yet.
He
That's why I
he hadn't
love
even
you.
he hadn't even spent 5 years telling people they're fired yet.
Right. That's when I was already starting to think he was kind of an asshole.
You're fired.
Maybe just a little bit, and then we saw the
Your
debates,
wife's
and I was like,
fired.
"Wow, this guy's a total asshole."
I just remember they did the Celebrity Apprentice, and I think my mom watched it, or maybe I just watched it by myself. But fucking, there's one of the celebrities gets kicked off, and they're like, "I would have been a great businessman." It's like, no, you're a moron, and you fucking fucked everything
Always,
up
yeah.
every single time.
well,
Well,
people think whenever they see that shit on TV, they think they could do it.
Ari
Yeah.
Shaffir tells a fucking story on that fucking YouTube show he does about being on Celebrity Apprentice and like just completely getting fucked over and then getting fired by Trump. Like his fucking team like just
It's
pretty much
still a-
decided
yeah,
they
it's
didn't
still a
fucking
fucking-
like him and just fucked him over completely.
Ari's yoga videos
Which-
suck and are
Which
gay.
go figure who could have ever imagined that anyone would not like Ari Shaffir? Like
Yeah, who would have thought?
The Amazing Racist. Come on, everyone likes him.
My
There-
friend
there's no way-
despises him. just for the Kobe thing.
He wipes his ass with diner
Ari
napkins and
Shaffer?
shows you the blood because of his horrible hemorrhoids.
But there's no way he's not an acquired taste or anything. I mean,
That's
Jesus.
true. He's definitely pretty funny. It's weird how on his own podcast he seems like a nice person. Like just genuinely like, oh, he seems like a good guy. And then you get him on any other podcast and he's like, I am chaos. Like,
Well, it's his podcast.
yeah. Well, it's got to look good.
You got a
right?
host. You can't be chaos.
He's
if
like,
you're the
hey,
host.
on today's episode we have so and so coming in. They're a great comedian. I love them with all my heart. And
Nice.
oh, hey, how are you doing tonight? Oh, that's great. Blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, small talk from Ari Shafir.
He does like fucking 15,
And they shit in their lap.
He does like 15,
just
20 minutes of that small talk. You're like, can you fucking get to the interview already?
Yeah.
God
Oh, I
damn.
just skipped through it.
But
Shut up.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he's just that like guy that like most people just don't understand that like if he's not being an asshole to you, that means he doesn't like you. Like if he's being an asshole to you, that means he's trying to fucking help
Here's something you
like,
can't understand is how I could just kill a man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like Ari Shafir is one of those kinds of guys that like
Sheffer.
if like you heard someone talking some dumb shit, he'd be the guy like, I'm gonna call that guy on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say something.
I'm gonna go ahead and make him
go
look
ahead and
stupid in
talk.
front of everybody. He just, I don't know. I feel like if he's being nice to you, he's putting on a face.
Yeah.
I feel like he's putting on a
Exactly.
face. He's trying to like just either get out of the conversation or he's trying to
Well,
build the brand.
that is one benefit.
Ritz.
One of the positives of Trump's fucking whole
Dude.
shit was that he made
Careful.
people, when you hear some dumb wrong shit, you're gonna say it's wrong now.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Wrong. Wrong.
Wrong.
You should definitely say it like
Wrong.
that.
I want to do that in like an actual meeting at my work where like we're contesting something,
You gotta-
and even if we're
Wrong.
not
No.
in the
You
right,
gotta do like Charlie.
just to tell the other, like once they make their case, be like wrong.
In the
You
Trump
gotta do like
voice.
Charlie Murphy.
Yes.
Nah, you gotta do like
Well, no.
Charlie.
What
You
I
gotta
would
do like
think would
Charlie
be,
Murphy in the fucking when he's talking about the in Chappelle's show when he's talking about Prince thing. You think you can come whip Prince's ass? Everybody's wrong.
Wrong.
What?
Go
what
ahead,
I-
step to him and tell him I told you.
Challenge him.
Challenge him.
What I think
See what
would-
happens.
What I think would be hilarious though is if Trump did decide to run again. In one of the
Hope he does.
debates, one of his opponents just got up and started completely mocking him the entire time.
We need blankets for the pupper.
I'm chilly.
These are not the blankets you're looking
Pull
for.
it.
Oh damn! He Jedi mind tricked you, you fucking idiot! You fucking
It
idiot!
is,
That's what they said in Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Jedi mind trick, you fucking
Something
idiot.
like that, yeah.
I got the quote. I think I got the quote.
You see your true
I
colors
always love
shining
that.
through.
I always love the comic that it's like it's just a sober stormtrooper and he's sitting there like hunched over the bed with his wife and he's like he's just sitting there like hunched over the bed with his wife and he's like those were the droids I was looking for.
Oh, they were. Yeah, he's like that. Yeah,
Idiot.
Yeah. He's just on his knee. He's like elbows on his knees.
Yeah.
He's fucking-
Like you know that like
What's wrong, honey?
When he got
They were
fired-
the droids.
He went home and got fired, and he comes out, I was like, did he say those weren't the droids?
Did he say it again?
Did you say it back? Of course you did.
Of course he did. You fucking
All right,
useless
look,
prick.
Steve, man, you come in late all the time. You take long lunches, and now this shit, you're out of here.
You
Gets
gotta go,
home, his
man.
wife's
And
gone.
then he's got to go home to his stormtrooper children
Put down your blaster and your
and tell him that
badge.
You know
daddy's a
what's always
goddamn
funny is-
loser.
When they did the Force
Walks in and his
Awakens,
wife's fucking Boba Fett.
I always thought it was
She's
Not that-
been
not that she-
fucking Boba Fett.
Not that she's having sex with him. That she is Boba Fett. That's what he said.
She's Boba
Wife's-
Fett.
Wife is fucking Boba Fett.
You come home and
Boba
your wife's
Fett.
fucking Boba Fett.
She's just like
You're
standing
like,
there with a jetpack on her back and shit. I gotta go
She shoots a missile at me. This marriage is over.
from the jetpack. Yeah. She's been banging Boba Fett and Django, which is really weird because Boba is like Django
Yeah.
but slightly different.
go pick up your dead clone's head.
Yeah, they introduced Django Fett in the movie, and like it was crazy. They did this in another movie too, but like when this is Django Fett, and then Django said the D is silent.
Yeah.
The G is silent, cracker.
The D is silent. Crack. That's what he said. That's right.
He's a little cracker.
Tim got it. Tim got the joke. That's how you know it was a good one.
You know, I was loving the.
No one got it.
I love
Go ahead
in
and
the-
laugh.
It
in
wasn't
the-
a good joke.
I love in the Force
Go
Awakens.
ahead and lie. Here you go.
They
And
had
nothing.
I love in the Force Awakens they tried to do that whole thing where like he fucking Finn sees blood. There's like blood all over him. Where's the blood coming from? There's lasers. These are a heat thing. It's gonna cauterize that wound.
Yeah. Do you ever see the press tour for? Well, one sec. For Rise of
Spit it
out.
out.
Is that
I was
the
gonna sneeze.
is that the one where the Asian
Don't.
girl was getting like death threats? So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she-
Because Last Jedi had already come out, and everybody fucking hated her. And she was stupid. No one liked her character, and rightfully so.
No,
'cause the character-
she should
But
die.
death threats though.
no. Hey, roll with me here. They gave death threats to the guy that played Jar Jar Binks.
That's
the
true.
least we could do for the Rose character
and
is
the guy
give
who
her
played
death
Anakin.
threats.
That's
But,
true. Yeah, you gotta,
Anakin
it's
too?
equality.
Oh, they hated
It's
him.
equality.
Hayden Christensen or the
Hayden
kid who got
Christensen.
hooked on meth?
The kid. No, the kid.
No,
The
Hayden
kid-
Christensen. They
the
hated
kid
Hayden
quit acting
Christensen.
because
Bro,
he got
can
so
you,
much.
Can you
death
guys
threat.
pick one? Because the kid got arrested eventually when he got older for meth.
But
Hayden
the,
Christensen
We can
is
agree
still an
the
actor.
kid's a
I
piece
know
of shit,
the
but they
qu-
hated Hayden
the quick
Christensen.
kid,
I
I
know.
hated Hayden Christensen.
I know the
I liked
kid.
him
The
a lot.
kid quit acting
I'll blow
because
him.
like
He was
he
terrible.
would get
I
so
will
much
suck his
shit.
dick.
Oh, suck.
The kid quit acting.
Yeah, because he got.
I
so-
think he got-
would
I
get
think he
so
got
much
into
shit, like,
meth.
at
I think that's what it
school,
was.
And then he probably got
He,
into
he
meth.
quit acting because he discovered meth.
Yeah, that's. I
But,
think you got the
he should've
facts a little.
The
He should've
fucking,
really-
you get into meth, you know what I mean?
the bleeding thing you're talking about, though, they do that in fucking the Star Wars game that's on the fucking consoles, fucking Fallen Order.
Spit it out.
Fucking, they have like the Inquisitor broad like come up like talking about how she's like killed all the other Jedi's. She's like, you'll bleed just like they will. Didn't you use a lightsaber
These
for
laser
every
based-
single one
Should
of them?
cauterize the wound. You know what? This whole fucking game is retarded.
Why am I hearing this like humming? What was that?
It's Austin's playing a game on his phone or something. I don't know.
Nope, that weren't me.
Austin's penis is hunting.
I don't know. Something over there is
Austin's
fucking-
penis is playing Buck Hunter.
Is- Buck
I don't know why it's playing a gun
The
shooting
old
game.
Buck
Like
Hunter
the new
penis.
season of Letterkenny when they're sitting there with the buck hunter thing, they're like, "Look, it's our cocks."
Yeah, that was hilarious. You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. Don't throw
Anyway,
me down, Clark.
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com is the show. But I think going back to it, y'all should definitely continue watching Wheel of Time because they built a fucking world.
All right, yeah,
I've listened to
so-
Nikki tell me for like countless hours of shit about that book, and
Call
then
her
they
a fucking
made the
nerd.
show.
You read, nerd.
Yeah, no, I make fun of her. She
Great
read
job reading, nerd.
262 books
Fucking nerd.
this last year.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Tell
she's
her
a
to
total
stop.
total fucking nerd.
Tell her readings are fags.
You know how many trees you just killed?
6.
She read it on her iPad.
You know how many digital trees you just killed?
Damn, got
Bits
her.
of data?
You know how many
Fucking
people
got
had
her.
to mine the Congo for precious metals to make that iPad? You piece of shit.
That's actually probably more on the nose. Actually,
I fucking nailed it.
I said actually twice.
That's
the same
why I
sentence,
came
actually,
back because this is the science hour. Austin's walking away, and it's
He
the
doesn't
science
believe
hour.
in science.
He hates
The-
science, and so he's gonna walk away. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, get your vaccine, loser.
Yeah, get a job.
You hate science, huh?
Uh,
Here on the Hanging from the Rafters podcast, we are strictly anti-vax because
we're
we love science.
anti-vax. We don't believe in vaccines or science or
Yeah,
Jesus.
we don't believe in any vaccines, which is to say if your child has gotten a diphtheria shot or an HPV or HIV shot or even a fucking hepatitis B shot,
You know, and I'm gonna come
the
around and
government
say
is,
it.
is just doing that to kill your children.
If they got a rubella shot, that means they're gay now.
I
The
showed,
rubella
So
shot
I hope
makes you
you're
gay.
fucking happy.
I showed Joe the new Jimmy Carr
Penis?
special, and he does
Oh,
a
nice.
bit where he's
Yeah.
like, anybody here think that they shouldn't get the vaccine because it's dangerous? Raise your hand. And like some guy raises his hand. He's like, all right, now take that hand and slap yourself across the face.
Yeah,
And Joe starts cracking up. I'm like,
Joe, he's
right
talking
over
about
your
you.
head.
Joe,
Like,
you're the guy that slapped.
You're the guy that
Yeah.
put the hand up. You're an
You're the
idiot.
slap guy.
The best part is that Joe would like be at that show and they'd do that and he'd raise his hand and he'd say that and he'd be like, ha, ha, ha. He'd like slap himself in the You're right, Jimmy.
I'm an idiot. Anyway, back to being an idiot.
Yeah, well, I always like that about Jimmy Carr. Was like he was always a dick to the audience.
oh, it's
He's a
great.
dick in just real life, I
He
think.
he
He's
does
just a bitchy
he
British
does.
queen.
I love
Yeah.
that he does
he gay?
No, he's got a girlfriend. Or
Okay,
whatever.
he seems like a queen.
But,
He
He's very
does.
effeminate.
Yeah.
He does this
He's
bit
English.
in a.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true. They're all
he
gay.
does- I think we could have left it there. Yeah, he's English.
He does
Yeah.
this bit in a couple of his specials where he gives out like hecklers immunity, where he like encourages the crowd to heckle, and he always picks on the last guy to go like a motherfucker.
Because the last guy to go is just like thought of everything.
But it's like
Afterward.
he gives them
Get
hecklers
'em.
immunity and then still just rips into him anyway.
I'm gonna roast you anyhow because it's my show.
Roasted.
Yeah, no, Jimmy Carr was always good at that. I appreciated that. But going back to the show, Wheel of Time, it does set up like a greater universe, which makes me really excited for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, the Silmarillion.
They've been talking about that
Or
for
is
so
it
long.
the Silmarillion, or what is
was
it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be stories from the Silmarillion.
I
It's
just heard
not
it was like the
entire-
most
not
expensive
complete
TV
The
show ever
most
made.
expensive TV show ever. Yeah,
It's supposed to be like
I would-
TV.
it would
Yeah,
be-
I
It's
still haven't
set
That would
in
be
there.
great if it just never airs.
Oh, I hope not, dude.
It's a fucking. It's a Greek. It's
Complete
a
money
it's
drain.
A myth. It's a Greek myth.
Hey, bro, canceled after the first season. That'd be hilarious.
No, I think it's supposed to
watch
be
this shit.
It's supposed to be
It was
set
like
in the
Cowboy
second
Bebop,
age.
dude. Everybody was stoked that they were gonna make a Cowboy Bebop. Then they released the cast and they're like, "Fuck this." And then they released the first trailer, like,
It's a
"Okay,
colossal
maybe."
piece of shit.
It's
And
already
then
canceled.
the season comes out and they're like, "Yeah, no."
It's
Cancel
like,
right
hey,
away.
Fucking anime is not supposed to be live action.
Yeah.
It doesn't translate. It's weird.
Well,
yeah.
the manner, a lot
Have
of the
we
manner.
learned nothing from fucking Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball,
or fucking
fucking,
Last Airbender?
Yeah,
fucking
every time they try to do that, it's
Tekken,
shit.
fucking.
Well, they're doing a live action Avatar Last Airbender
They're doing
TV show.
they're doing Yu Yu Hakusho too.
They're doing Yu Yu?
Netflix is doing
Oh,
Yu
that's
Hakusho.
dangerous.
You know what?
No,
Actually,
you butt fucking show.
you know what wasn't terrible? The live action Attack on Titan was.
I didn't even know that was a
You
thing.
know what? I've never
Oh,
seen
yeah.
anything.
But those
I
are
like
those
Attack
are
on Titan.
It's just like the live action. What's it called? Fucking. Full Metal Alchemist.
Didn't know that was a thing
those
either.
are
That was a colossal
those are
piece of shit.
strictly
Dog.
Japanese. Those are like
It's the dog snoring. That's what that humming was.
No, it's a. Bzz, bzz. It sounds like a
someone's
fucking
phone vibrating.
vibrating.
Do I have a tumor?
What's that ringing?
Those are like strictly they were made in Japan and shit, whereas the other ones are like Americanized.
I'll just
versions.
never understand where
Like
like
Death
there's a
Note.
thing you have like a fucking goddamn deep ass well of source material to go to. And you're like, you know what we should do?
Go after him.
We should make
Use
changes.
None of it.
We should make changes.
Get him.
We'll use like the main points, and then we'll change it. And it's like, why? No one wants to see that. Like,
Nobody wants to
it's
see
like
that.
one day in the future, it's going to happen, and I don't look forward to it, but it's going to happen. One of these two movies is going to get completely remade, and it's more likely the first one than the second one. It's either Jaws or Jurassic Park, right? Because Jurassic Park is still
That's
going.
where this continued.
Right.
Yeah.
So more likely Jaws, but they could, decide once the franchise is done to remake it. So that's why I say two Spielberg movies. They're perfect in their own right. They honestly didn't even need sequels.
They're gonna remake Jaws with Eddie Murphy as the
We're gonna-
shark's
we're gonna
voice.
remake Jaws with Eddie Murphy as a
Part
shark.
2.
Right. They're going to do that, and what they're going to do is they're going to do something retarded with it, because it's already been done. And they're gonna be like, you know what we could do to make it better, and it's like we
E.T.
could make
Part
Jaws
2.
gay.
What if
be
E.T.
It'll be
came in
E.T.
2021 instead of 1985?
It'll be
It'll-
E.T. Part 2 with Zach Galifianakis as E.T.
It'll
Right.
actually be EP, the extra penis reel.
Yeah.
It'll be Eddie
Oh,
Torres,
I already-
the extra testicle.
I already made both of those.
Yeah, but it's like if I see
Proud of
something like
yourself?
that, when I see if the Dragon Ball movie was a great example of like you could have just done the last fight in the Dragon Ball
Could
saga
have just left it alone.
before it went to DBZ.
Could've
Well, no,
just
they
not.
literally could have just done the last fight of the Dragon Ball saga as the movie, before going into DBZ. When he fights Piccolo Jr. at the tournament and it becomes like a whole fucking thing. They could have just done that, but
haven't seen
instead they decided to make all these weird changes, and they do the same thing with Jaws too. They make all these weird changes. We just want to see, as viewers of the material, we just want to see a shot-for-shot remake or telling
I don't know.
of what's going on.
You wanna
Tell
go
me
shot for
Eddie
shot for shot?
Murphy as the shark from Jaws wouldn't be hilarious.
Yeah, like he comes up to like eat Quint at the very end of the movie, like when he jumps onto the boat.
Oh, I'm gonna eat this
And
white man.
when he jumps up, it's just his big smile, and he just goes,
Yeah, and he's not doing Eddie Murphy as the shark from Jaws.
It's just
he's
Eddie
doing
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy as the donkey from Shrek as the shark from Jaws.
as the clumps, the Hercules.
Hercules.
He does that voice as a shark.
Oh, sure, man.
Now it's a comedy. It's PG.
Sure, man.
Great.
Oh, sure, man.
Oh, he
Hercules.
ate him.
Oh, he ate him up right there. That's my big, strong man.
Or
Hercules.
Jurassic Park with Mike Myers doing the voice for all the dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's just like one of the Velociraptors, and like when the kid's like getting
I'm a dinosaur.
chased by the Velociraptor in the kitchen, right when it rears
It's-
back and is about to roar, it goes, it goes
Oh,
fucking,
no.
yeah, baby.
No, I think it's all Dr. Evil. How about now?
How about no, you
Like
crazy
that
Dutch
scene where,
bastard?
That scene where the Velociraptor busts his face in the door. Just how about now?
only the T-Rex is fucking Austin Powers, so the T-Rex busts through the ceiling and goes, groovy!
Groovy, baby. Like it's about to eat somebody. Do I make you Randy?
The spitter is fat bastard.
Dilophosaurus.
I got a loogie
fat
that can
bastard.
choke a donkey.
I didn't have any
Happy
corn.
because
Well,
I
that one scene was like, bah, like when in his truck, it's like, get in my belly.
Get in my belly. The whole movie just fucked up. Like, but that's what they would do. They would do shit like
and then
that. And you know it.
The Triceratops is Eddie Murphy as the donkey again.
But which part?
You
'Cause
are
it's
gonna
like-
wash your hands before you eat anything, aren't you?
Oh, you want Eddie Murphy as the donkey as Dr. Ian Malcolm.
That would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Eddie Murphy
Don't
as the
call Ian
donkey
Goldblum
as
back.
Dr. Evil.
Do not call Ian Goldblum back, or Jeff Goldblum, Ian Malcolm, Jeff
John
Goldblum.
Goldblum.
John Goldblum. That's like
Jeff
Spider-Man. We don't
Jeff-
call him Spider-Man anymore.
Jeff
John Spiderman. God damn it.
Jeff
Sorry, guys.
Goldblum has one line in the whole movie, and it's
Fucked up.
well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
That's the whole movie.
Life.
And I think it's time for us to go right now. We appreciate you joining us for this New Year's special. It is the first one we've done in a long time.
It's also the first of the year.
It is the first of the year, and it's also the last of the year. We will never see you guys again.
Do you know the lyrics to Auld Lang Syne? I remember there used to be like a thing people would sing the "Oh, save us, save us, save us,
Should all acquaintance be forgot? And yeah, I know that
That's
song.
what it is. It's should all
Should all acquaintance be forgot?
I just know it's "and all with Auld Lang Syne." That's the last. That's the last lyrics.
With
That's all I know.
really gay songs. Yeah,
What the fuck does Auld Lang Syne mean?
it's
don't know.
it's Latin for I'm gay.
You know what it means?
Yeah, it's Latin for I'm gay.
Gay Latin.
Call me
Well,
Rich. Call
Auld
me
Lang
George.
Syne, anybody, everybody?
Just call me Cheese. That's who I am. Don't call me Rich. Don't call me George. Just call me Cheese. That's who I am. Don't call me Rich. Don't call me George. Just call me Cheese. That's who I am.
Not rich.
Not Rich. Not George. I'm
just
Cheese.